Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, everyone. Thank you very much for joining us tonight. I'm so excited. It's always a pleasure to have Coach Vuyanzi with us. Catherine Sidandi, I think we are starting off. We are so honored and happy to have you all here tonight with us. Of course, we have our sign language interpreter, Madam Catherine Sidandi. And of course, I am here. My name is Grace Nzula, and I'm an HR consultant and trainer with Atara Solutions. Atara Solutions is a HR consulting and training firm. If you wish to have any trainings for your institution or for your friends, please let us know and we'll be able to organize that for you. And we also support you in your HR processes. If you're looking to review your manuals, if you're looking to recruit, if you're looking for any support in HR, Atara Solutions does that. So you're tuned in on to Get It Right with Atara Solutions. This program is called Get It Right. And I promise we always get it right. Ask Richard. I have seen Richard on the call. We always get it right. Good evening, Patricia, all from Uganda. I love our photo that we took last year. I'm definitely doing Kampala. Or when you're in Nairobi, please make sure you see me. But yes, it's an honor to have you guys here tonight. And we are set and looking forward to having an engaging session. So Get It Right with Atara Solutions is a webinar series that seeks to demystify issues in employment and entrepreneurship. We do this every Tuesday from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. If you're joining us for the first time, karibu, karibu, karibu. This is the home of learning. This is where you actually get it right. And we do this in partnership with a number of institutions. And allow me to just give a shout out to those who support us in making sure that we are here and making sure that just we're making a difference and also letting you know what it is that they offer. So allow me to just share with you. All right. So we have Pathway Solutions Services. Pathway Solutions is a HR training and consulting firm. Pathway Solutions Services offer training on the LMS. If you wish to study by yourself, if you wish to just take on courses from Pathway Solutions, you need to do that, and you can just get in touch with us and we'll be able to link you up with Frank Wambare. He has been with us since season 3. And we are very privileged and honored to have you, Frank. We have Panessa Training Institute. Panessa Training Institute is a carpentry school. If you're looking to enhance your woodworking skills or you know someone who needs it, please refer them to us. We have WeClean. WeClean is a carpet cleaning and sofa cleaning company. They do total cleaning solutions. So if you just built a house and you're looking for post-construction cleaning, if you have a sofa that you're wondering, oh my God, whose sofa is this? Then they'll be able to come and turn it new. And of course, don't sit with a dirty, dusty carpet. They do 24-hour delivery. They'll pick up your carpets and they will bring it back. So no worries. If you live alone, you don't have to worry who will lift your sofas as they remove the carpets. They will be able to do that. Of course, they do curtain cleanings among all the total cleaning solutions. We have Capula Mintito. For those of you who joined us last year, you can attest to the fact that their cashew nuts are out of this world. They were so delicious. Capula Mintito deals in coastal snacks. For example, cashew nuts. They also have mabuyu. They have the most delicious mabuyus, and they also have honey, sea moss gel. By the way, those it's Valentine's sea moss gel. You guys know I don't want to talk too much about that. We also have Profiles International. Profiles International are the people. If you're looking to become a Genos certified emotional intelligence coach, then Profiles International would be your best bet. They also offer personality tests, psychometric assessments, among other things. They also support you in changing your culture. Profiles International. And then we have Elsamere. Elsamere is a hotel located in Naivasha. You can Google them up. It's one of the most serene places I have ever been to. And Elsamere is also where we are doing our first road trip of the year. So please start saving up, start getting your jeans, start getting your boots, and we are on to a road trip in May. We have Steadfast Quality Solutions. They are a HR consulting and PR firm located in Uganda. Thank you very much, Herbert Zake, for being our partner. Thank you for sharing our flyers. Thank you so much for just choosing to support Get It Right with Atara Solutions. We appreciate you. We honor you. Thank you so much, Herbert Zake. And then we have Ndovu. Ndovu is an investment company, and we are looking forward to hosting them next week, where they're going to tell us where do we invest our money that is safe and that we are going to get results. They actually encourage you to invest in the dollar, because right now the dollar is the best thing that's ever happened to humankind if you're an investor in dollars. But if you are dealing in Kenya shillings, my friend, you are on your own. We also have Star Discover. Star Discover is an insurance company. If you're looking to change your medical scheme or your car insurance or any insurance needs, then Star Discover are your people. We also have Essence Park. Essence Park deals with health and safety. They are a waste management company. They also train in health and OSH statutory trainings. So if you have an OSH committee, then Essence Park should be able to deliver trainings for you. And we have Nilefront. Nilefront is in Ginger. Nilefront cottages are so beautiful. They are right in front of River Nile, where River Nile meets Lake Victoria. It is so beautiful. From your cottage, you can see everything from the Nile, both sides. Oh my God, it is just out of this world. And then Nilefront also owns a skier restaurant, which is a restaurant in Ginger, Uganda, where it is served by people who have hearing impairment. Like, you go in there and you speak sign language and you write. It is such an interesting scenario, especially me being in HR. I'm looking at the workforce. I'm wondering, at what point do you train them to actually understand how to deal with this? So we appreciate you. So if you're looking for a road trip, you need to drive down to Ginger. It is so beautiful, and it's 2 hours from Busia town, right across the border. And if you're Kenyan or an East African, you actually don't need a visa to go. You just need to either get a temporary, and if you have your passport, you just cross and then get to Nilefront cottages. You will enjoy the views. I tell you that for a fact. And of course, we have a training coming up on termination on medical grounds, the legal intrigues and challenges. This being delivered by Peter Kenyanjui on Thursday, the 15th of February. That is 2 weeks from now, Thursday, 15th of February, from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. This will be taking place on Zoom. And therefore, if you have not registered for this, please do not miss out. You will get to understand all those issues on sick leave, all those issues on, does sick leave, when it comes during your leave, does one take precedence, or where do we stand? This is a training that you cannot miss out on. It is only going for 2,800. It's going to be a 3-hour session, and all IHRM members, you get to earn a 1 CPD point. Please make sure you join us so that you can get to learn about the legal aspects of medical and illnesses in the workplace. So at this point in time, allow us to just jump right on it. We have my favorite human. Like, this woman has so much energy, and she's so gifted. Oh my God. And she's living her purpose. And I love you for that, Coach. So her name is Coach Vuyanzi. She acquired Vuyanzi, and we have stuck with that name, and we are not going to say the other names at all. We refuse. So we know her as Coach Vuyanzi, and she's going to tell us more about herself. Coach, how are you today?
I'm doing well. Now, it told me my internet is unstable, but I've done what I can to make sure that it is stable. So if at any time it's not, I'm sure you're going to let me know. Grace, thank you. You know, I love being on here. You know, as far as people I've known for a long time, here in Kenya, a long time is 3 years. So knowing you for that long for me is you've been there since the beginning. So hello to everyone. This is like one of my favorite topics to talk about. Goal setting. And I am Coach Vuyanzi. And before we go on, I want to make sure that you're ready. Listen. Today, this is not being about a spectator sport. If you came here to watch this like it's soccer, or I'm sorry, football, like it's the African National Conference or whatever that's going on, you came to the wrong webinar. So I need to know that you will be participating. Drop the word ready in the chat if you're ready to really dig into not just goal setting, but goal achieving for 2024. Are you ready? Let me know by dropping the word ready in the chat right now.
Oh, the readies are coming.
I love it. I love it. This is a secret way, a secret presenter way to get energy too. I love it. I love it. I know that you're here. I know that you're ready. Thank you for all of you. Thank you for all of you. The names are flying by so fast. I can't even say the names. Oh, and I saw someone say very ready. Who was that said very ready? I love that. I love that. Hillary, I see you saying very ready. And Arestus, I see you said ready too. So there's so many of you that are ready. So let's go for it. And I tell you, this is going to have a slight bend to it that maybe it's not coming at it for, and I see the hearts, thank you. It may not be coming at it by the way you think it will. So I really want you to be paying attention. And also, here's my plug. I have revamped my YouTube channel. So I encourage you to go to Find Your Voice. It is the Find Your Voice show with Coach Vuyanzi. It's specifically for women leaders, but don't worry, fellas, you can get something from it as well. So I know that you're ready. So first, as we move into this, I really want to look at what the data says. Now, let me just go like this for a quick second. Let me take it off the screen. The reason why I'm showing you this is because even though many of us know how important it is to write down our goals, it is still a very small percentage of people that are doing it. So whether this be for you, or even think about those who you work with in your when you're having to help them reach their career goals in the company, what is the data showing? When they write it down, the bottom line is that you are more likely to achieve the thing that you want. So pause right there. I want you to think about this. Look at what the data shows. It depends where you look at it. And you can look, there's all this neuroscience behind it. I'm not getting into the weeds in that at all. Feel free to Google it, ask ChatGPT. But here's the thing, if you're able to vividly describe your goal in written form, 1.2 to 1.4 times more likely to successfully achieve it. Another source says you're 10 times more successful in achieving than those who don't. That's if you write it down. Another source says you're 42% more likely to achieve than those who don't. If you're not writing down your goals, if this isn't the argument for you today to say, oh my goodness, even before this call is over, I'm going to write down my goals, then I don't know what else to do for you. So therefore, I want us to pause for a second and imagine that you are meeting with someone, right, in your profession, in your company, and you really need to guide this person. What should be the first thing you ask them? Possibly, hey, you're talking about leveling up this in your career, in our business, but have you written it down? So my question to you is, are you willing to write down your goals in 2024 if you have not done so already? Let me know in the chat. Are you willing to? I need a simple yes. I need a simple yes. I need a simple yes. There are 120 something people on this call. I need a simple yes. Are you willing to write down your goals? You're seeing what the data is saying. You're more likely to do it. There's no argument here. It's not because, oh, Coach Vuyanzi believes it. No, forget what I believe. And we'll say this because I see some hands going up and I don't know if they're by accident. Definitely drop your questions in the question and answer because they might get lost in the chat. And then afterwards, I know that Grace is going to give some time for some Q&A as well. All right, so now that you have the data, here's my question to you. What do you really want? So why is this important? I just got off the call. I had a couple of coaching calls earlier today. And the person who I was talking to was saying I want to improve on my weaknesses. I want to grow. And I said, okay, now I hear you say about all these things. However, what do you want? I haven't heard you say what you want. So this part is really important. Because as much as we may say, oh, I want to advance in my career. Oh, I want to be a successful entrepreneur. Oh, I want to grow myself individually. Are you truly articulating clearly what it is that you want? In order to get the thing that you want, you need to be clear. And let me tell you, this is not rocket science here, but many of us are not doing this. Many of us are not being clear on the very thing that you want. So I'm asking all of you tonight or today, depending upon where you are, what do you want? Clearly, what do you want? And even when you are meeting with your people in your HR profession, when you're sitting down, when you're having them say what it is that they want in their future, are they being specific about what it is that they want? Are they being clear? So today I ask you, grab that pen, grab that notebook. I'm going to be quiet for just a few seconds, not too long. But I want you to really articulate what it is that you truly want. It's up to you, whether this is in the area of career, of health, of spirituality, of relationships, of whatever it is. What do you want? Pick up that pen and write it down. And if you need to, close your eyes. Sometimes you have to close your eyes from the distractions around you and ask yourself inside your body, what do I really want? And if you're brave, like Erastus, you can even drop it in the chat. Thank you so much. You can even drop it in the chat if you want. And while others may be dropping it in the chat, Erastus and others, I'm going to give you what I call a loving coach push to serve humanity. So I'm going to say to even jot down, you don't have to put this in the chat, but be specific, because you can serve humanity by, cleaning up the street where you live. You can serve humanity by going and helping someone to plant crops in their yard so that they can have more, food to eat. So I really give you that loving coach push to really be specific in what you mean by to serve humanity. Atara Solutions, Grace, I think that's you that said to lose weight. So I'll say this, even a loving coach challenge here is, I love this, and I think this came from Bob Proctor. When we lose something, just think about semantics here. Because a lot of people have this, Grace, we know that so many people, if we're being honest, a lot of us have this. But semantics here. When we lose something, what do we want to do? We want to find it. When you lose, you find. So even thinking about a different word in terms of that, maybe if you want to shed, there's no connotations of finding it, because even there's a whole subconscious level to when we lose something, wanting to find it. Okay, yes, so maybe we want to shed the 5 kgs, okay? To be, so Alice, I see you saying to be a successful entrepreneur. So, and Alice, I know that you wrote that, and I know that there's others here who feel the same way. So I'm going to give you that loving coach push to ask you, what is successful, right? Because successful to me and successful to you may be 2 different things. So truly articulating what that means. And so that means even breaking down, how much do you want to make in the year? How many clients are you serving? How many offices do you want to open? What does that look like as far as connecting with people? So does everyone see what it is that I'm saying? When we're talking about what we want in 2024, right? What we're looking at is being specific. There are about 48 more weeks left in this year. So even breaking down Oh my goodness, I feel myself going in a different direction. So let me go with this for a second. Let me go with this for a quick second, right? In 48 weeks, what do you want to achieve in the next 48 weeks that is left approximately in this year? And when you say that, I want you to work backwards. So if you want to do that at the end of 48 weeks, what do you need to have done in 6 months? If that's where you are in 6 months, what needs to happen then within the next 90 days? If that's what you're saying needs to happen in the next 90 days, what needs to happen in the next 30 days? If that needs to happen in the next 30 days, what needs to happen this week? If that thing needs to happen this week, what needs to happen right now? I'm going to pause for a second before I go to the next slide, because we're building from here. We're building from here. Okay, we're building from here. Okay, Florence, I see you saying get married. I am not mad at you. I hear you. I see you. I know that's right. I know that's right. And I hope you have the specifics of the type of person you want to marry. Again, loving Coach Push. Let's go on. Let's go on. So now, this is where we start to shift it. This is where we start to shift. This isn't just formulaic. I want you to understand and think about what it is and what it means if we're going to be achieving those goals. First of all, you have to believe it. Someone type believe in the chat. You have to believe it. Let me explain something. There's 2 levels of belief. Someone type belief in the chat, or believe. There's 2 levels of belief. Let me see. Belief. Yeah, believe. 2 levels. If you're writing this down, 2 levels. I don't know why Zoom does that. I think it's a setting. Do you see all those balloons coming in front of me? That's crazy. So anyway, believe. Now, the conscious level and the subconscious level. The conscious level believing and the subconscious level, right? We're talking about achieving the goals in 2024. So the conscious level is easy. We say with our mouths. In our conscious level, we say, I believe I can have the new Subaru. I believe I can have the husband. I believe that I can have the successful business. I believe I can have, and put all those things, to lose the 5 kgs or to shed the 5 kgs. That's easy, right? That's our conscious mind. However, 95% of what controls our actions, our behaviors, the way we do things is our subconscious level. So you have to start believing on a subconscious level. You may say, well, Vuyanzi, what does that mean? What does that mean? I don't understand what you mean. Well, what is belief? Belief is the thing that you hear over and over and over again. Think about what you believe. Think about what it is. Think about very practical things that you believe. How did you get that belief? You heard that thing repeatedly. You heard that thing. And then it started to seep in. It started to seep into your subconscious mind, and you just started going on and believing it. So then now I'm encouraging all of you, what do you need to do to believe on the subconscious level? Because that's where the change happens. Let's go on. Oh my goodness, my time is just moving. Now, next is you have to see it. You have to see it. So you can even jot in your notes to visualize it. To visualize it. Right? We're talking about your goals in 2024. And so how do we do that? How do we see it? So this is where the very beautiful vision boards come into play. So one of the things I want you to think about is, how do we see it? Now, there are a number of ways, and so we'll just talk about a couple of ways right now. Exactly. And Lily put it down, something that you hear over and over again. A belief also is a thought, that's something you keep thinking. What is the thing that you keep thinking? So now, right, we said believe it, And second, we say see it, right? First is believe it. Second is see it. And now let's talk about how you can see it. So what is a vision board? A vision board simply is a board, like whatever that type of material is, that you put visualizations or visual representations of the goals that you want. There are different ways of doing a vision board, and I'm thinking about very practical ways. So the way I used to do my vision boards was that is on my room wall. I actually used to like have cutouts and printouts of representations of the things that I wanted, and I had that physically on my wall. Nowadays, I do not have the physical representation on my wall. I do it electronically, digitally. So you can also do digital representations of what you want. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, what do you look at all day? Many of you are looking at a computer screen for probably 80% of the day. Your screensaver, your background, those could be your vision boards. Why? Because you're looking at it. If you're looking at it, what are you seeing? You're seeing it over and over again. If you're seeing it and thinking it over and over again, then what is happening? Your belief is doing what? Increasing, increasing, increasing. This is about increasing your belief. So we say believe it, and then you see it. Vision board. Also, what's that other thing that you stare at for the majority of the day? Your phone. On my phone background, I keep a certain picture. I've had different pictures over the past couple of years, depending upon what my focus is and what my vision is. Let's say, because, I look at my vision, and right now, what's important to me is legacy. So I had this picture here, you can't see it right now, of my 3 children. And they were touching my daughter's belly. And when we talk about legacy, I'm a shosh right now. So to me, as a show, as a grandmother, in case you don't know what show means, legacy is important. So when I'm talking to all of you, what's important that you need to have on your vision board? Now, another way of doing that is a creation box. You can grab just any small box, right? Any small box, and you can have pictures. You can write on little Post-its and put inside things that you, again, representations of what you want. Describe things to the letter, put them in there, and now this is about creating your goals, creating the things that you truly want, okay? So number 1 is believe it. Number 2 is see it. And these are a couple of ways of doing it. Again, vision boards can have multiple ways of doing it. And a creation box, you can have multiple, again, writing, pictures can be in your creation box. And also, you know what, this thing came up for me and I didn't write this down, but see it can also be in the natural too. So what do I mean by this? Just today, this story came up for me and I forget, but a long time ago, before I purchased my house, I remember that before I, let's say, had the resources to purchase it, my children and I used to go visiting homes that were for sale. We used to walk through them. We used to talk about, oh, that would be my room. That would be your room. We were seeing it. We were feeling, we're about to go to that third one. I'm giving it away. We were seeing it. We were entrenched in it. And I might as well go to the third one because the most important thing is we were feeling our goals. We were feeling it. There is a level of vibration. So listen, if you're like, wait, vibration, hold on, everyone listen. I want you to think about the radio frequency. Even if you don't listen to the radio, I'm sure you have at one particular time. So if you want to listen to a station that's, let's say, 88.7, can you hear 88.7 on 100.3? No. Why? They're two different frequencies. One is over here and one is over there. So what am I getting at? Let's now take this here as far as your goals are concerned. We said, believe it. We said, see it, and we gave you tools for that. But now it's being in the same frequency, on the same vibration as the thing that you want, so that you are in a position to receive it. So therefore, when I was taking my children to what we called, where I lived, open houses, that meant on Sundays, the real estate agent would come and they would open up their house to people who were interested. When we went in there, it wasn't just seeing it. It wasn't just believing it, but we were starting to feel that we could own this thing. We could live in our own house. And that we forgot for a moment, forget about the how. We just had to believe it, regardless of the evidence that may have been presented before us. So, what's important about hitting your goals in 2024 is that you must feel it. You cannot leave those pictures in the creation box or on your vision board or on your phone display or on your laptop display and not then feel it. How is it going to be when you achieve it? How is it going to be when you achieve that thing? So let's even see where we are right now. I'm going to just take off the screen for a moment. How can this work when you're speaking with those at your job who are coming to you or who you may have to guide in their career? These things are very important. This isn't a rule just in your personal life. This is a rule in your professional life. How can you use this information and use these tools to help guide others towards their goals? These are some questions to be thinking about. Okay, now we're going to get ready to wrap up in a few minutes. So what are your next options from here? You can do nothing. You can have come to this webinar and you can say, oh, that was so nice. That was so lovely, and do nothing. Because a lot of times we're not always people of action. So tonight, I am encouraging you to be men and women of action. That you don't leave your comments and leave your goals in the chat, and that is where they die. No, I'm encouraging you to pick up your pens, your papers, and start writing down your goals, start believing it, do whatever you need to do to see it, do whatever you need to do to feel it, so that you can carry it out. I say to all of you, there are people waiting on you to achieve your goals so that they can achieve theirs. If you're with me, type in the chat that you're with me. I'm gonna sip on some water. Are you with me? Type in the chat that you're with me. There are people waiting on you. Awesome. I'm glad you're understanding. You're with me right now. So therefore, the other option you can do is you could do the DIY. What is DIY? Do it yourself, right? And it's up to you if you want to do this. You can say, okay, I have the tools, I can do it myself. But doing something is important, right? DIY, feeling it. Okay, I'm so glad. Action time. I love that. Who wrote that? Florence, I see you. Action time. There you go. Excellent. Now, do it yourself. Well, what does that mean? That means that you take these tools that you have here, and then you really start digging in. You say, okay, she said, believe it. Okay, how do I increase my belief? So you start individually kind of creating your own belief plan. Okay, she said, see it. Okay, what does that look like for me? What do I need to do? Okay, she said, feel it. Okay, how do I invoke my goals into the very fiber of my being so that I can feel and be in the vibration to be able to feel that. Now, you can feel it. And as I get ready to wrap up too, you can also go the distance. Hold on one quick second. You can go the distance in this as well. Let me just do this. Okay. So what do I mean by even going the distance? Going the distance. So this won't be for everyone, but it may be for some of you. This is not my event, but there is actually a vision. This like Grace, you didn't know this, but this couldn't have been more perfect. That this is about big goal setting and vision boards, because there is a vision board party that I'm one of 3 or 4 speakers that are there. There's a wonderful woman called Coach Hannah Gethuki, if anyone knows of her, and she's my personal brand coach. And I will be speaking there. There's actually a vision board party. It's at Trademark Hotel over in Village Market. But this is about coming together with like-minded people, because that's another thing. If you're going to DIY this, don't just do it by yourself, though. At least be with other people who share or are of the same mind as you. There's something about the energy when multiple people get together who believe the same thing. So you can take a picture of this with your phone right now and grab, if this is something you're interested in. It's an all-white party. It is February the 10th. Again, not my party. However, I will be one of the speakers that is there. So I encourage you to come. This is not just for women. The men also come to this as well. So I would encourage you to come to that, take your picture, and there we go. We're moving on to this too. So we've gone over this. We said the 3 things, and also I'm going to just put this in the chat too. If you're saying I want a strategy session, I just put that in the chat as well. If you want a strategy session with me, my program is called the Career Passion Accelerator. It's for women leaders. Sorry, fellas. It's for women leaders, but I can still meet with men to help you craft your strategy and see where you can go from there. So what do we say? Number 1 is believe it. Number 2 is see it. And we gave you some tools for seeing it. Number 3 is to feel it. And you already have the data for what it means or why it's important to be writing out and being able to articulate your goals. So I'm going to stop sharing at this point. And Grace, I don't know if there's any questions. None came through I don't see any in the Q&A, but I don't know how they're doing this. But there you go. So thank you so much, everyone, for listening. And I hope that was enough time for you to really be thinking about this. That's my goal, for you to be thinking about this.
Right. Of course, we have a few. Yeah, I love you because you keep time. I see, because you were supposed to have 15 minutes of Q&A, and you have more than 15 minutes of Q&A. So, but some people have been like, you said that we needed to have clarity of the goal. How do we get that clarity? Because more often than not, we keep making resolutions, but we never really get clear on the actual goal. So how do we get clarity?
Well, I love when you say resolutions, because I find that people just make a lot of resolutions. And so clarity is, let's go to focus. Focus on, and I understand we all have multiple interests, multiple things we want to do. However, just focus in on one area for right now. If you think about different areas of your life, health, spirituality, career, relationships, leisure, things like that, figure out one area to focus on. I do believe, and I know this is not everyone's belief, that a rising tide lifts all boats. So even when I work with, so for instance, I am working with a client now, and she said in our 12 weeks of working together that she said she wanted to focus on spirituality. But check this out, Grace. Her overall goal was to level up to be in the C-suite. But she said, if I focus on spirituality, everything else will come. Guess what? We worked on increasing her faith. We're only halfway through 12 weeks. We've worked on increasing her faith and because she also has the consulting business. Contracts have come without her looking for it, but she wasn't focused on that. She knew that was a goal, but she focused on one. So how do we get clarity? Focus in on one thing. Energy, what do I say? Energy flows where focus goes. Energy flows where focus goes. If your energy is on 10 things, then it's not going to be clear. You don't know where you should be doing. So I would even push everyone right now. One thing. What is the one thing? Oh, we lost what is the one thing? What is the one thing? I'm asking all of you, one thing. And then that should help make it clear.
All right. So, okay. I like what you said. Energy flows where focus goes. So if we focus on something particular, and I think I've seen that every time, like if you focused on finishing a project, somehow all your energies are drawn towards finishing a project. Somehow even the universe conspires for you on some of these things. So I love that tweet. Energy flows where focus goes. And I'm asking the audience to actually ask questions. And as we look forward to the questions, the journalist in me does not let these ones just go. Right. You talked about differentiating the shed and the lose. So, like, does the language we use to define our goals, that does it really, like, yeah, you know what I'm trying to say. Like,
I do. Language is everything. Language is everything. And not only how we the way we describe our goals, how we talk about our goals, how we talk about ourselves, right? What does the proverb say? It says, death and life are in the power of the tongue. So I know we may not be literally talking about death and life, but it's talking about how powerful language can be. So even thinking about it. Now, I have worked with, one of my clients right now, she would say, okay, I've just followed what people tell me to do. Now, we've been working together now, I think going on like her 12 weeks are about to end. So I said to her last time we met, would you consider reframing your language around how you talk about that? Because what was she doing? She was still talking about the negative past in the present. Be honest, all of you. How many of you say things like this? Oh, I'm struggling with. Okay, how many of you say that? Raise your hand if you say I'm struggling with, or it's so hard to, or I don't know if, like, all of these things, right, are the language in which we speak. So even how we frame our goals. I've spoken with people. When I ask that question, what do you want? That's one of the first questions that is asked in my coaching, right? And so people usually tell me what they don't want. Think about this. I'm asking, what do you want? But the answers that come back are everything they don't want. You can't base your goals on what you don't want. Let me say that for the people in the back. You can't base your goals on what you don't want. You have to base them on what you do want. So now my language needs to align with that thing. Okay, so please, folks, ask questions. I know Grace has the questions for days, but also if there's any burning questions out there, I hope that you will ask them.
right. So sometimes it's I don't know, what do you think happens to like our minds? Like, why do we normally just move to the negative, for lack of a better word? Like, why would I've never thought about I want to shed weight instead of using I want to lose weight. And when I think about it, I'm like, yeah, probably that would make sense because I really just, I want to shed it and I want it to be like sustainable and I want all these things. But like, how come we are always just going into the negative? Like, is it the human nature? What happens?
Like Michael said, why? Just tell him that it's human nature, right? So like I've heard a lot of different things, and I'd say more of the sciencey people are there, but a lot they say will have to do with our instinct to survive and just to look out for the negative. So even though we may be just talking about words, right? But let's think about early humans and their instinct is to survive. So looking for the negative things, right? Looking for maybe the animal that's going to eat you, or you know, or maybe people on the other side who may be there to hurt you too. So I've heard things like that, that's kind of almost innate at this juncture, innate at this juncture. So that's what I've heard, but I would encourage everyone to Google it, chat GPT it, because Google can confirm.
Okay, so there's somebody who's asking, I'm not sure why I can't read it. That last question.
Oh, okay. There's a question that Veronica, are you looking at Veronica's question?
Yeah, I think so. The last
Okay.
one. Yes, Veronica,
Yeah.
what happens? Yeah. With the goals involve working with the team and you are not really in control of whether they will psych up to help you achieve it.
Well, I hear what you're saying. So the focus of your question, though, is still on others, although it's you who wants to achieve the goal. So I will say this, and this may sound almost like, how can you say this? So really being in touch with alignment. So thinking about what it is that you want. So the achieve it. So make sure you're clear on the it. And now thinking about what it will take for you to achieve it, and start believing it and start becoming it. Now, it may not change the people, but either you're going to change, maybe the people actually there might be a natural attrition of the people exiting from wherever that team is, but somehow it comes together. So you still have to believe it. The same rules still apply, Veronica. They're still believing, and they're still seeing, and they're still feeling it. Now, if your focus, notice my words here, if your focus is on, oh, I can't get this team psyched up, I can't, they're not coming along, still do your best to focus on that goal. And somehow, and I know it sounds almost like it's so not concrete, but it's true what Grace says, that the universe conspires to help you. And I'm going to use kind of a tough thing I'm going to say next, Grace. At times when I wasn't aligned, but this is not everyone's path. Sometimes I've had to leave certain organizations if it wasn't aligned. So just be clear with yourself, be clear about what you want. The same rules apply. If you're going to focus on who's not doing it, then you're going to perpetuate more of that. Focus on what it is that you want. I hope that answers the question. Leah, maybe you can put your question in the chat, because I see her hand is up. I don't know if that's on purpose, but if that is, maybe you could put your question in the chat.
There's one from, how does one focus on the goals instead of the challenges one is facing?
Okay, so how do you do that? I don't see where that question is, because I like to look at it. Read the question one more time.
It's on the Q&A, not on the chat box.
Okay, I should go to the Q&A. Okay, how does one focus on the goals instead of the challenges one is facing? Number one, it's a decision. Like, it is a decision. So it is about, so once you make that decision that I will focus on the goals, then you need to saturate yourself in belief, in the belief that you can. Folks, as you see, it goes back to the same things. I'm not changing up the answer here. It goes back to, what do you need to do? Can I let you in on a little secret? Come closer, come closer. Okay, so here's the little secret. How do I saturate myself in my goals? One of the ways, because I have a whole 3-hour, yes, I said 3-hour routine in the morning before I even get dressed, take a shower and get dressed. So one of the things I do to saturate myself in my goals is, my goal is to do it for 352 days, 1 year. but is to write down my goals 3 times in the morning and then send a voicemail to my accountability partner. She lives in another country, and I do that. So, and if you skip a day, you have to start from day 1. So in the beginning, I would go like 10 days and then something happened and I skip a day. But I'm proud to say now I'm on day 46 of doing the same thing. So it means even if I have to be at a meeting at 8 a.m., that means I got to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning because it is a decision that I have made to saturate myself in my goals, because do challenges come my way? 100% they do. But whatever it takes for me to believe. I hope that answered the question. There's some more Q&A. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, and
If you have many goals in the year, get married, new higher paying job, financial abundance, how do you focus on one? I'm sorry, you're gonna have to make a decision. Like I told you, right? I mean, you may be like, why is she saying that? But even if you say for the first quarter, I want to focus on, because even when you talk about abundance, abundance comes in all forms. Abundance just doesn't have to be money. Abundance can be financial. Abundance can be in love. Abundance can be that you're just happy in your purpose. So I just, even looking at that goal, just thinking about that, but let your energy, I'll just tell you like this, right? You know, when I told you that my channel is called the Find Your Voice Show on YouTube, I decided to focus on that thing. So right now, what you'll see is I closed down my 2 Facebook pages, like my fan pages. I just have my profile page. I made a decision. I'm going to post like basically one thing a week, and it goes on all my social media because I'm not taking energy to put anything else there. My energy is, I closed down my Facebook group. My energy is on YouTube. So that meant I made sacrifices because I made a decision. So I'm not just here to tell you, oh, do this, do that. I'm a living, walking, talking person who has decided to let my energy flow in a particular way. I am a person who has decided to believe it, to see it, to feel it as much as I can. So saturate yourself in your goals.
I probably can also add to that. Sometimes you also choose the goals that you can, besides the whatever divine intervention that you can control. Getting married is not a decision you make by yourself. It involves another party. So that could be a goal, but it's not necessarily an area of focus. Maybe you ought to focus on building yourself. And then if marriage comes along the way, or if the other partner, you have agreed that you're going to get married, then that can come as a goal. But I think the message here is to focus on what you can control. And I've seen somebody here saying, how do you deal with a boss who only acts when he is interested, which sabotages on achieving goals? Like the boss is not supportive of the goals. And probably you can give us a comment on that. Then you can also comment on how do you change and overcome the negative attitudes or negative vibes?
Okay. I'm gonna sound, I'm sorry, I will sound like a broken record. For the negative vibes, saturate yourself, get around the people, get around the people, get around the thing, go to the, whatever it is. Let's say you want to buy a car, then go to the Range Rover dealer, walk around there, feel what it feels like, take a test drive, do what it is like, do the thing, feel. You got to saturate yourself in it. When we wake up in the morning and we stub our toe on the side of the bed as you get out and you're feeling terrible, yes, the negative vibes will come, but you got to make a decision. I will intentionally, you should write down that word, everyone, intentionally focus on the good, because the negative stuff is going to come. It's going to come. But what do we do? I got to make a decision. And I just want to go back to the thing about when the boss is unsupportive. Just going back to, because this, I want to relate it to something. I know I'm saying focus on one thing, but I cannot tell everyone enough that when you get a focus, other things follow, other things follow, other things follow. That client I told you about, that focuses on spirituality, her marriage is getting better, her business is getting better, but that had not been the focus of our coaching for the last several weeks. So I need you to really be understanding, if the boss isn't, what is in your control? What is in your control? Because a lot of times we're focused on the things that we don't have control over. Okay, so now that the thing that is in your control, can you put your focus and energy into that? Energy flows where what? Focus goes. Whew. I'm over here sweating because I'm trying to tell you this from the depths of my soul. Everyone, are you feeling this? Are you getting this? For real, for real. I mean, I hope everyone's feeling this also. Again, women leaders, I'm just dropping, I just put my booking link in the chat too. If somebody wants to talk about a strategy session, again, I work with women. However, even if there are males there who want to talk for a strategy session, at least we can do some things that can help you be on your way. I just put my thing in the chat there, but Grace, I don't know.
Yeah.
We're up on 9 o'clock.
Yeah. In a few minutes, you're gonna get done with this. But I like what somebody has said. I had 7 items on my vision board last year. I'm proud to say that I achieved 85% of the 4, 100% on the other 2, and 0% on the last one. This is where you're being told to focus. Focus.
I don't even see where you, but that's just a testament to that, right? That's a testament to that, right? Excellent. Focus, 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 focus.
Right. I think we've covered. Let me see what there is on Facebook. All right, no questions from the Facebook page.
Okay.
So that is fine. I see you, Lillian. I see you, Ntonyiri. I see you, Mark Lucas, Monica Nyaga, Peggy, pole sana about your Zoom. Right. Ooh, we have quite a number of people who are tuned in on Facebook. Zoom somehow is misbehaving. I've written to them. I hope to get an answer. And I apologize to those of you who are really struggling with that Zoom thing. We will have answers hopefully before the next session. So, Vuyanzi, before I ask you to drop in your last tweet, like your parting shot, like, those wisdom, oh my God, you are gifted with hand. What? By the way, I just learned you have a book. How come I don't know you have a book? That's something you're going to pick up later. But yes, this is my friend. You guys have to book a coaching session with Coach Vuyanzi. She's amazing. She also does it online. If you wish to have physical, that's fine. If you want to do it online, that's also fine. And you can craft your goals and you can be able to have an accountability partner and a support system just as you go along. You're achieving your vision boards and your goals for 2024. So at this point in time, this webinar series is brought to you by Atara Solutions in partnership with Nile Front Cottages, Profiles International, and Pathway Service Solutions. If you're in Kampala, Uganda, make sure you just travel to Jinja and just be at Nile Front Cottages. They are so beautiful. For those of you who are wondering what I'm talking about, just Google it up. Just Google and then let me know. But the views are out of this world, I tell you. And of course, at this point in time, allow me to request, so please book the session with Kenyanjui on the 15th of February. It's going to be a session like no other. Get to understand how to handle what do we call it? Termination on medical grounds. Please make sure that you're present for that. That's happening on the 15th. That's a week from now, Thursday 15th from 2 to 5 p.m. And then on, what else did I want to say? Right, please join our Facebook page and all the others. We are going to come back to that. But at this point in time, your parting shot, Coach Vuyanzi.
I'm going to say, oh my gosh, like I'm getting so much energy from the chat right now. Like, how can I get off this call? Can we just continue it and just drop, like, just me talking? Oh my goodness. I just want to say this. It may sound cliche, But when I tell you from the bottom of my heart that I believe that if you focus on your goals, you can achieve them. There are so many people, there's this quote by Les Brown that says, the graveyard is one of the richest places because there's so many ideas, rich ideas, songs that were never sung, books that were never written, thoughts and ideas that people didn't keep with, but they died with them. So 2024, yeah, we like to come, new year, new me, but I encourage you today, even if I'm not the coach that you won't work with, get support because you can do it. You can do it. If there is a desire in your soul to do something, I dare say that it has been planted there by God, but you have to make a move. You have to believe it. You have to move on it. And then I say this, I know you're like, that's a long parting shot, but then I say this, and I cannot emphasize this enough. If you don't do it, someone will lose out. You were created for such a time as this. When you don't do your goals, someone loses out. If Grace had not decided to do this platform years ago, how many thousands of lives has she touched? If she just would have said, oh, I can't do it. I can't reach my goal. I can't make a move. That's an example. Someone is waiting for you. Someone is waiting for you to achieve your goal, so that they too can achieve theirs. That's my parting shot. To all of you. Grace, thank you so much.
Richard sums it up for you. The graveyard is the richest place on earth. Where is that? The graveyard is the richest place. I don't know where is that going.
Let that sink. I saw Richard said that. Richard did sum it up. He said, let that sink in. Right.
So you are just amazing. I love your energy. I just love that you also simplify your concepts in, like, you normally just do the power of threes. Every time it's just the power of three.
That's
I want to learn that from you. Right. So we are going to just be very clear about the goals that we are setting. We are going to focus our energies on that, and we are going to make sure that we are changing language. Somebody said, Grace, we need a webinar on grammar. The I am and I am and I ams and all those things. But so thank you very much. And we are very inspired and encouraged to go on and achieve our goals and also support our team members and just focus on what we really can do. Especially for our institutions, but most importantly for ourselves. So I hope that you guys have gotten your notebooks, you're ready, and you have put whatever it is that you needed to put together, and you can get your visions, whether it's on phone, whether it's on your bedrooms, wherever it is that you want to put that, please go ahead and put that. And we look forward to having a successful 2024. Negative thoughts aside, she can speak to Career Passion Accelerator next.
That's
Passion
my
Accelerator
program.
is a program she runs.
Yeah,
so if you want to know more, you can get in touch with her. And if you want to get to reach out to her, you can also get in touch with me in case you did not get her details, and I'll be happy to refer. You can also have her speak to your people at the office. She's a wonderful speaker. So Madam Coach, thank you very much. We really appreciate you. Our sign language interpreter, Madam Catherine, I hope you have your goals set. We are ready for 2020. We are ready for 2024. Last week we discussed money. I hope you guys are ready, because next week, hopefully, we are going to make sure that we know where to direct our money. Last week, the speaker said, every once a month, need to know where you're directing your money. So we want to direct our money somewhere. This year we are starting earlier. We are very focused. And then after that, we're just definitely going to Valentine's. So our session on Valentine's week is going to be on compatibility. A lot of people have been getting married or dating people they cannot live with, So that is what you're dealing with on the that week for Valentine's, so that Tuesday. So we are very excited. We are on to season 6 of Get It Right with Atara Solutions. Of course, please follow us on Instagram at Atara Solutions, like our Facebook page Atara Solutions, subscribe to our YouTube channel Get It Right with Atara Solutions. If you're looking for the recording for this, it will be uploaded on our YouTube channel by Thursday. So you can always catch up with a lot. We've had Vuyanzi before, and that time she was talking about getting unstuck. Probably I should share that on the Getting Right group, getting unstuck, because a lot of people are stuck. And from the comment today, you can tell people are still stuck in their old ways, in their ways of thinking, in their negative minds. So you can go there and check out the Getting Unstuck. It's there by Coach Vuyanzi. The information is still amazing. So to you, our audience, we cannot do this without you. Thank you so much. And I apologize that Zoom is really frustrating people. And I have written to them, and I'm hoping that they will give me answers before the end of the week, because this thing of asking for M-Pesa, we do not charge for our sessions. I repeat, we do not charge for Tuesday sessions. When you see a flyer with a charge, just be sure it's not on a Tuesday. Just be sure it's not on a Tuesday. Tuesday sessions are us giving back to the society and just making the world a better place and just being there for people who cannot really afford training. So thank you very much, our people. We love you. We appreciate you. And I'll see you next week, Tuesday, same time, same place, as we discuss investments. Have a good night.
Bye, everyone. Thank you, Grace. Bye. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.